Welcome back to World Crisis Radio, our last program of the old year, recording here on December 31st, 2010. Now let's catch up with Obama, the faker in the White House. He just did a recess appointment. He has appointed a certain James Cole to be the number 2 in the Justice Department, right? The Deputy Attorney General, number 2 to Holder. This guy is a former consultant for AIG. He's a finance oligarch, an asset stripper, a Wall Street tool. So don't look for any antitrust or anti-monopoly, anti-derivatives action there. On the medical front, we have Butcher Berwick. That's a previous recess appointment by Obama. Butcher Berwick over at Medicare is now bringing up the death panels again, and the death panels in this case is this end-of-life consultation where they try to bully befuddled old people into signing themselves down the tubes. Also notice that the Food and Drug Administration has banned Avastin, which is a potentially quite effective anti-cancer drug. It's pretty clear that Avastin is being banned because it's too expensive and they don't want to pay. So genocidal austerity brought to you by Hope and Change Obama, and we could go on, but let's catch up with the direct anti-Obama front on the birth certificate. This, of course, was the week where Chris Matthews on MSNBC said he finally realized that he hadn't seen the real birth certificate, and he thinks Obama should show his real birth certificate, and that caused quite a stir on the right-wing talk show network. So let's get a report from Phil Berg in Philadelphia here on the last day of the year.
How you doing?
Happy New Year, Phil.
Happy New Year to you. I think it's very significant what you just said with going on with Chris Matthews. I think it could be that the powers that be are realizing that Obama is not going to get reelected or he's in trouble, so I think they're turning the tide on him now. With Chris Matthews asking for the birth certificate, I think it's, in my opinion, very significant. Also, you had the new governor of Hawaii, Abercrombie, who came out last week making all kinds of statements he's going to have it released, and then all of a sudden now they shut him up. I think what happened was, are you there with me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I think what happened was that Abercrombie really believed that Obama was born in Hawaii, and he's asking for the release of documents. And then I think the Obama people got to him and said, close your mouth, because he really wasn't born here, and we don't want the record open. So it's going to be very curious if Abercrombie, what he continues to say from this point on, or what he doesn't continue to say. And I think that perhaps our deep throat, which I'm looking for, is going to come out. I think they might get to the point of, hey, we had enough of you, because even though Obama did fine on this appointments, and not the appointments, but some of the legislation he got done at the last minute here, overall, people are not happy with him. He's very low in the polls. He keeps dropping in the polls. And we might see in fruition here what I started back on August 21st, 2008. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm curious what the Republicans will do, because I think Chris Matthews came through from the Democratic side, so it's significant. But on the Republican side, we're going to start pushing, and other people are on Darrell Issa, who has the subpoena power. In my opinion, if he would hold one congressional hearing, subpoena records, the ball game would be over for Obama, because I am 1,000% sure that I am completely correct on this, that he is a fraud, a phony. This is the biggest hoax against the United States of America in 234 years. And I guess we're on to 235 years right now. But I think it's significant, and perhaps the new year will give us what I asked for a long, long time ago. Then that will mean great things for the people in this country, because when we get him out of office, everything he's done is voidable, so everything will become void, and that's from the health care on down. As I say to many people, my website, which is obamacrimes.com, OBAMACRIMES.com, we are the umbrella for everyone, no matter what your issue is. If your issue is health care, if your issue is the war, if your issue is Social Security, whatever your issue is, it comes under us, because fighting on those other issues will not get him out of office. Fighting on my issue, and that's a significant that he's not constitutionally eligible to be president, significant, more significant than the birth certificate. People keep going on that, but that could do him in if we can get that exposed, is the fact that even if he was born in Hawaii, when he's adopted in Indonesia, that changes everything. His name became Barry Soetoro, Soetoro. If he hasn't legally changed his name since that time, that's his name, Barry Soetoro. They called him Barry in Hawaii. They called him Barry at Occidental College. That's significant because once you're adopted, the best example is I asked an immigration attorney, what about Obama? He said, no. I said, well, what about the children from Haiti that are being adopted? He said, oh, that's easy. They have separated their relationship completely with Haiti, and they take on the new family's last name. I said, well, how is that different than Obama? He couldn't answer because he's one of these people that a small percentage in this country who still believe in Obama, believe that he's told the truth. But once he's adopted, his name now is Barry Soetoro, and he could have, people say, well, the rights can't be taken away. True to a point, but between the ages of 18 and 21, you would have to redo your relationship with you would have to renounce your Indonesia thing. He would have had to, in particular, and regain whatever he had in the United States. But once he had been adopted there, the only thing he could regain would be naturalized, not natural born. And that's the one case I have still pending, which we're getting ready to go to the U.S. Supreme Court on, and that's the fact that I claim that he's not natural born, he's not naturalized, but he's an illegal alien, and therefore he could not have served as a United States Senator from Illinois for the 6 years, or 5.5 years, and therefore the salary and benefits he received, which is about $1 million, should be returned to the U.S. Treasury. That case, significant upon that is most of the cases that have been out in the country, and the few that are still left, have all been on the issue of standing, and the courts have knocked down the standing. But on the claim I have, it comes under the False Claims Act, or QUITAM, Q-U-I-T-A-M, and on that type case has already been up to the U.S. Supreme Court, and they have determined that the person bringing that action, in this case me, has standing. So that's the one. Go on my website, obamacrimes.com. Read it, understand it. The fact is, I'm claiming that there's a conflict of interest with Eric Holder, because Eric Holder, if there was ever a conflict of interest, it's Eric Holder, because he was a senior member of Obama's campaign staff, number one. Number two, he was one of 3 individuals selected by Obama to select the vice president who selected Biden. And number 3, he was nominated and confirmed as the Attorney General of the United States, the highest law enforcement officer in the country, who reports to and advises the president. So if that's not a conflict of interest, there's no conflict of interest. And I asked that to the court. They turned me down. And I said, well, either I should handle that prosecution against Obama or appoint a special prosecutor to review the matter. They didn't do either. So I think my feeling is 2011 is going to bring us the results that we've been fighting for since 2008. And if they had done what my first lawsuit stated back on August 21st, 2008, before he was nominated, then we would not be going through this nightmare we've had for the past years. Yeah. So my best wishes to you and everyone for a healthy and happy New Year.
Why don't we join in urging people that if you have some time over the holiday weekend, Darrell Issa takes over next week as the head of the House Government Operations Committee, and it's easy to shoot him an email saying, we expect you, just at the most elementary, simplest level, issue that subpoena. We want to see this birth certificate if it's there, what Abercrombie said he wanted to reveal or reveal more of, right? It's like a striptease with these people. Anyway, Happy New Year. We'll see you next year.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And we'll be back in a minute on World Crisis Radio.